Hello, do you know that you can actually change any unfavorable circumstance, anything you dislike about your life, way faster if you start applying your mind rather than the physical effort? And yes, we are going to talk about why circumstances do not matter when you are manifesting, and I will make this to you as clear as possible. This message will be logic approved and therapy based understanding of our own inner world. How do we function as humans? So there will be no spiritual fluff, just trust the universe or whatever this is. Because look, I have been at your place. I understand that all the circumstances in each others in everyone's life are very personal and we feel very attached to them, and this is natural. If you start questioning, is this video going to be useful specifically for me? Is this going to work specifically in my situation? And my answer is yes, because first of all, this is simple logic and psychology, and second, in this case, your circumstances are not that much special, and you'll understand why with the flow of this video, and you by the end of it will be able to finally start applying manifestation and law of assumption correctly in order to manifest your life. If you don't know who I am Anna, nice to meet you. I'm helping you to manifest by sharing my manifestation knowledge that I gained throughout my manifestation and self-growth journey. And if you want to leave your old story, no chances for survival, manifest new self-concept, manifest way more than you have had before, then you are free to check my manifestation program and 30 days manifestation challenge on Patreon. There is plenty of information for you. There are plenty of videos on how to apply this program specifically. There will also be coaching calls every 2 weeks, so you are free to check it out. Now let's get deep into the topic of today's video. So first of all, I understand why this is hard for you to grasp, why your circumstances don't matter, and the pure reason for it is because we feel so attached internally to our circumstances, because we identify as such, as our circumstances. Now let me explain this to you. How exactly does this work? So let's say you are a student and you want to manifest better grades, or you're manifesting love or money, whatever. This is applicable to any scenario. So every day when you wake up, you identify as the person with bad grades, and you have the idea in your mind how does this function and how much effort you need to put in order to change this. And you may think that some people favor other students, or these students are just better than you whatsoever. And I am actually giving this example on the real comment, so I hope that you, the author of it, who is watching it, are not against it. So let me use your specific case as the example. So when you think that your manifestation, your circumstances, are unchangeable, here's exactly what you mean. I identify myself as these circumstances as much to the point that I don't see myself changing anytime soon. So when you have the specific worldview, the idea of yourself, of your circumstances, how the world and the area that you're manifesting works, you perceive other people acting based on these scenarios. And let's say that you consider yourself to be a bad student, not smart enough, not wise enough whatsoever. You start actually, your brain subconsciously blocks your ability to study better, because you set for yourself the limit of what is appropriate for you, because anyway other people will be favored more. This person is not unbeatable if you are competing with something specific or whatsoever. The same is happening with love. Same is happening with money. You act only on opportunities that you consider normal for yourself, safe for yourself, and enough for yourself. So if you're manifesting higher income, you may not be acting on the opportunities that will bring you more money. Like currently you are making 5 digits per year and you want to make, like, you want to be way richer, but you consider yourself as the person who can only make this much amount of money, all the other jobs are taken, or they will definitely not accept you, or they are highly competitive whatsoever. So subconsciously you are already setting yourself up to the failure, and therefore you will not be acting on these better opportunities simply because you already accepted that they will not accept you. So why even try? Okay, therefore when you try to like shift something physically and you apply effort, like you start doing, like you start studying harder, or you start like competing with these people or whatsoever, this comes with a great effort, first of all, and second, you may not see the results as good as you would like to see for yourself, simply because you set yourself in the limits that correspond to your self-concept, which is the image that you have about yourself, the area that you are like having your goals in, and the specific goal. So your circumstances do not matter because they purely are limited by the identity that you have in your mind, and they are keeping you in this cage. This cage is basically really physical simply because like you subconsciously are doing everything to keep yourself in it, in your physical reality. Now, when you are trying to take a different approach to your circumstances and first try to make a shift internally, you are basically breaking up with that cage. You open it and go to the open space where more opportunities exist to you. And you may start questioning, why? Why does it even work? Like, this is again some spiritual fluff. No. And I can prove it to you. So, first of all, when you start inserting and implementing new beliefs in your brain, you start thinking differently. You start thinking differently about yourself, about what is possible for you, and about like all the things that you can actually achieve. This not only influences your surroundings, but this actually influences your behavior. This influences the opportunities that you are acting on. And remember, all of your manifestations already exist in the 3D reality. So you may think about my video about parallel realities and you can rewatch it. Nothing is created from like nothing. All the opportunities you may potentially act on already exist. They are already there. You just start noticing them because your reticular activating system now has the different task to watch out for. And reticular activating system is, in simple words, system in our brain that kind of always proves us right and is looking for the specific things in our world that we think about the most, that we believe in, and this is basically how like we form our reality. You think about something specific, your brain starts getting fixated on it, you see more of such things in your life. I hope this is clear. So your new belief system starts influencing your actions, your reticular activating system, opportunities that you act on, your own personal behavior. And this is why also people who are manifesting their love, manifesting their specific people, they like, you kind of start questioning like how the fact that I am going to work on my self-concept will bring me my specific person. Look, kinda you are not like doing anything for anyone to get some specific thing, but when you start working on your self-concept, you literally change on the physical level. You change your energy, you change your approach to things, you change how you like what is this word? Not collaborate, but like how you interact. Yeah, exactly. How you interact with other people. And there are some behaviors that make you less magnetic, and there are some behaviors that make you more magnetic. So, based on all of these facts, people start perceiving you differently in your reality. And there is also a very good example in the book Psycho-Cybernetics. You may read it if you're interested. And there is like a huge chapter dedicated to the actual increase in intellectual levels of people who started working on their self-concept, like people who have previously been like completely dumb in like chemistry, physics, math, started gaining so much results in their studies, started winning competitions, started winning different types of contests connected to these specific teachings after they started working on their self-image, on basically telling them that they are not dumb in this subject and that they understand it really well, they can do this, and their brain picked up this gate, this cage that was keeping them dumb, and actually they started making great results in it. And the same thing is happening in our external world. Therefore, when you start applying your mind to your specific situation, you are kind of I don't want to say changing the cage that you are sitting in, but you are letting yourself free, because you can choose any experience for yourself that you would like. You may start telling yourself that you are the most magnetic person in the world, and all people in your world that you meet will start acting completely different in front of you, in your presence. You may actually test this out. Therefore, what you need to do in order to change your circumstances is to change your internal experience. Because when you feel so attached, when every day waking up you identify yourself with all of these negative scenarios, with your specific circumstances where you are unsuccessful, where you don't have what you want, this is your literal identity, and you perceive all of the everything that is happening in your world not as just simple situation that has happened. So if you got a bad grade, a bad mark, how is it called in English? I hope you understand, for your study, for your test, whatsoever, this is not just a bad mark, right? This is just you start perceiving it as the personal attack on you, on your intelligence. You just reinforce all the negative beliefs that you have around it. You reinforce all of this, others are smarter, others deserve better, whatsoever, and you start seeing more and more proof that this is actually true. Because on the other hand, not only we are talking about our self-concept in regards to our circumstances, but we are also talking about the observer effect, which is physics. So what you expect the most is going to happen, because this is the observer effect. Where you expect electron to appear, this is exactly where it's going to appear. In psychology, it's called self-fulfilling prophecy, Pygmalion effect. You can study this if you want. What you concentrate on the most actually happens to you. So when you first identify yourself as the loser, as the person who is not loved, as the woman or man who is never chosen, and also you expect these specific things to happen to you, whatever you are doing in your 3D reality, you are doing from the mind of this specific person. And what exactly is going to change when you are applying the same mind to change the circumstance that has been created by this mind? So let's say if you are the person, you have anxious or how is it called, the one where you have abandonment issues. So you have this attachment style, yeah, and you're constantly anxious around your partner. You're constantly afraid that what if they stop loving me all of a sudden, or whatsoever, what I'm going to do. When you are trying to make your partner love you more, or make sure that he still loves you, or how to trying to improve your relationship from this point, you will be appearing as needy, as anxious and insecure because you are acting from the low self-concept of a person who is never chosen, who may be abandoned at any moment, and who and you're also thinking that your partner may already be thinking about leaving you. So whatever your action is, just take a wild guess what exactly is going to happen there. And this literally doesn't make any sense, because these actions, they will be like kind of already poisoned with the negative scenarios in your mind. Therefore, you need to start first working on your mind. Like if you are so fed up with your circumstances and you like are manifesting a different story for yourself. Manifestation is literally like changing the story that you have in your mind about yourself, the area of your desire, and about your specific desire. This is exactly what you are going to do. And I hope that you understand why circumstances do not matter. And by the way, if you want more accountability, you want someone to take you by your hand and basically run you through the change of your life, that what you are going to do, how you're going to hold yourself accountable, how you're going to like stick to the new story, how you're going to stop wavering, how you're going to like deal with all of that, then my manifestation challenge is perfect for it. Like if you want to check it out, why wouldn't you do it? So I hope that this video was crystal clear. And if you have any questions left about circumstances, about whatever topic that you have regarding manifestation, feel free to post them down below. I'm happy to answer them. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon in my next videos.